What's going on, guys? Today we've got a 2016 Hellcat with cat damage. And you may be going, oh my gosh, did the exhaust get stolen? What happened to the cats? But it's not the kind of cat damage you're thinking of. The exhaust is completely fine. We've got a cat that chewed on the Hellcat because apparently cats are attracted to Hellcats. So let me show you what we've got here. So as you can see on our antenna, we have some cat marks. So apparently cats truly are addicted to the Hellcats. So we're gonna run this into the shop, throw a new antenna on it, and then we will take it out on a drive just to make sure the new antenna works, because you've got to, test drive every 700 horsepower Hellcat after any repair, just to make sure it's still good. So we'll do a quick glance on this thing, take it in, throw the antenna on, and then go out and do a quick drive. So like I said, we've got a 2016 Hellcat, 707 horsepower, and you see a lot of Hellcats. They aren't anything new, but what this one does have kind of special is that little stick there in the middle and 3 pedals on the floor. That is extremely rare in Hellcats. Very, very few that come through or were ordered are manuals. So it's really, really cool to see one with a manual. Because honestly, when you're driving a Hellcat, the automatic version, you are able to use both hands to hold on to the steering wheel, because that's about all you can do when you are rolling on throttle and the back tires are spinning and you're trying to catch traction. So the fact that this one's manual, you've got to have one hand on the shifter. So it's a lot more of a driver's car than the automatic version. So they're a lot of fun, really rare, and you just don't see them very often. So let's throw that antenna on and then we'll go out for a short drive. All right, guys, so the back of the headliner has a few clips that we just need to get under and basically pull straight down. I'm gonna try to get a light thrown up in here so we can see what's going on. We've got 2 electrical connectors for the antenna that we need to get to and unplug. We've got one antenna for radio and satellite, and then the other one should be our cellular antenna. So now that we've got both of those unplugged, we can unbolt the antenna. And all that takes is a 10mm socket or wrench. I happen to have it on a electric impact just to make a little bit quicker work of it. And once you get that bolt out, you're going to have a little metal cage that is going to come down with it. And now we're going to be ready to lift the old antenna off the top of the roof and pull the wiring through and set the new one in place. So now that we've got that new antenna clipped into the roof, we can try to fish the little metal cage and bolt back up into place. And then we'll just need to tighten that 10mm bolt down. Get our electrical antenna connectors plugged back in. And now basically all we need to do is clip the headliner back up and we will be done. And And just like that, we are done. So guys, as a thorough automotive technician, it is always good to test drive a vehicle you've worked on after a repair, whether that be an engine replacement or in this case an antenna replacement, because you never know. If you didn't bolt it on right, it may fly off at speed. And when you have a 700 horsepower Hellcat, that can happen pretty easily. So we're gonna go out and drive this thing and see how it feels. Now, I am the primary technician that does all of the PDIs on our Hellcats at our specific dealership. So I've driven a bunch of Hellcats, automatic, manuals, everything. But like I said, this one is pretty rare that it is a manual. We've only had a handful of manual transmission cars over the years. They're just really rare. Most people just want the ease of that automatic and to be able to hang on with both hands. And that's why these manuals kind of add a cool extra experience, because you've got to have one hand on the shifter rowing through the gears because it is moving through the RPM band really, really quickly. And one thing these Hellcats have over my specific ZL1 Camaro is the supercharger noise. The whine on Hellcats is so loud, even stock with the factory airbox. It's so cool compared to what GM has with the LT4 that hardly makes any noise. And just with the lightest pedal pressure, you just get a really loud whine that is so fun to play with. Another thing that makes these Hellcat and SRT vehicles so nice and daily drivable in comparison to the hard tracked Camaro is the fact you've got the mag ride. You can go into your SRT performance pages and select between sport, track, or set up a custom drive profile and change how that suspension feels so it can still drive compliant and nice on the street and you aren't bouncing all over the place. So these cars are really, really a great car for something you could daily drive or have a fun weekend car and still be able to put it in track mode, take it to a road course, take it to a drag strip, and have a lot of fun with. So we'll go and jump back on the highway and test out that antenna to make sure it's bolted on. And now your drag racers may say, hey, that manual transmission, you know, you just can't beat that 8-speed automatic on the drag strip. And now that's probably definitely true, but driving it on the street, this manual is so much fun. You feel so much more connected to the vehicle than you would with that automatic where you just put your pedal down and go. This, you get to grab that really nice notchy transmission, row through the gears, downshift, roll on throttle, and it's just a lot of fun. And ironically, Dodge covers all cat-related damage to the Hellcat vehicles. It's kind of a program since they know cats are going to be attracted to it because of the decal on the side. So naturally, they've got it covered. So I wanted to thank my good buddy for bringing this car in to me today, fix that cat damage on his Hellcat, and go out and get to play with it a little bit on the street. So, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.